Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to your first ever energy overview for the month. This is something that I've actually wanted to do since 2018, 2019. Had this idea ages ago, and with the adaptation and the shift of where obviously I'm going with everything in terms of my business and the things that I offer the world and what I use this platform for, things have changed, things have evolved, and I feel like I have more time and freedom and space and agency to create new types of offerings and content, and this feels really good to me. So I'm really interested to see what you guys think. I'm just going to tell you straight up, this is not for everybody. Some of you will love it, some of you will loathe it. That's all fine. But it's not really about that. This is about me doing something that I have felt for a long time that I'm supposed to do. And it just feels really good to be creating this. So I hope you do enjoy it. If you don't, click off, do your own thing. All right. With that said, welcome to the first ever. And if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose, and this resonates, hit the subscribe button. All right. So the month of May. The first thing that I came to me, so when I tuned into the energy of this month, obviously there were a whole bunch of things that come up, and the first one was this is a month where things will be open for business, and this really does echo the astrology marvelously. There's a feeling in the air that there is like the invites are flowing and everything is moving. That said, remember that not every invite is freely given, meaning that sometimes there can be, an added expectation, and that responses to and any all invites will come with their own challenges. I feel like the idea of like the idea of a house party, you invite someone and tell them to bring a friend, and before you know it, there's like 1,000 people that show up, and not all of them are there to party, right? Some of them are there to steal, some of them are there to make trouble, to fight, etc. So just keep that sort of in the back of your mind, all right? The next theme that came up as an energetic string was that people will make fool of themselves. And I did laugh at this because the general feeling is that around this month's energy is many people are going to be showing their ass, right? Like some quite literally in this age of fans and models and all the rest of it. It will be a time where a lot of people potentially do make fools of themselves, and it will be where, especially like, it will be where some people are just really doing the most. All right. So just keep that as a consideration. Most of it, I think, we'll be able to laugh off. Some of it, I think we might be a bit like, is there something deeper or darker going on there, right? I kind of want to say this, and I want to be careful of taking something too far. And I will say, everybody take stock of this, right? Be careful of taking something too far, because, it might not necessarily be something that you can bring back as easily as putting it out there. Remember, especially with internet stuff, it lasts until you're old and grey, right? For some people, I'm sure it's lasted long before, long before they're gone, or should I say, long after they're gone. So be sure that you want your tushy out on the internet before putting it out there, if you catch my drift. All right. People might have the feeling, one of the other themes that came up here was that people might have the feeling that they've been fleeced, or the overindulgence is going to be rife, right? So one of the other messages that came through was that there's likely to be a feeling of somewhat being taken for a ride in the air, which is why it's important, I will say, to consider that what is it that you are inviting or inciting with your open-ended invitation. All right, you just want to make sure that your boundaries are clear so that whatever invitations are put out, people know where the line is, so to speak. And just be sure that your boundaries are clear to both you and to other people, should they accept whatever is offered, and vice versa. And that means you too, right? Just because you choose to go to the party doesn't mean that you want to be groped or spiked, or, take party favors or whatever, if you catch my drift, right? Like, you can use use the power of the word no this month, and use it effectively. All right. Overindulgence is going to be a theme that there is a lot of right now. We had months of retrograde energy, of retrograde motion, of hard nose, brakes and stop starts, and all the rest of it. This month is in full, like, obviously, this is the first full month that we've had of direct motion. And there's going to be a desire to binge, to do, to have, to be all things at once. And it's not possible, right? Slow your britches, even though this is, if you've seen the numerology video, this is a very dynamic month. By all means, indulge, but don't let it rule you or take you out of yourself too much, right? So, in terms of the energetics at a deeper level, one of the energies that came up was around self-love, right? And this idea that nobody loves me. Since we are currently in a consciousness shift in a massive way, it also stands to reason that we are in an emotionally academic time. And what I mean by this is emotional intelligence is starting to go up. But it's a slow process, right? Our nervous systems needed to be refined and sanitized and sensitized, should I say sanitized? Well, maybe Freudian slip, who knows? Right? They needed to be sensitized in order to have the capacity to feel more, right? And that sensitizing of, Uranus moving through, it's going to come into Gemini pretty quickly, pretty soon. Just a very interesting set of energies that we've experienced. And now we've got Neptune in Aries as well, right? We're going through, we've been sensitized. You can see this in the world. Some people say it's gone too far. I would agree to a certain degree. I think we've become I think it's all gone a bit too far at this point. And that's a problem, right? Just like having no emotional empathy or, whereas being too empathetic or identifying too much with it is a pendulum, right? We need to be somewhere in the middle. It's like if you've been with me long enough, one of the things that I always say is it's not enough to be a good person. You've got to be tough as well. You need to be tough enough to do what needs to be done or to say what needs to be said when the time comes. So, we've been sensitized. And in order to have the capacity to feel more as a collective, as a species, right, our consciousness is shifting, which is incredible. What this really says to me more than anything else is this month people are going to conflate self-love with self-indulgence. This is an honest mistake to make when you're on a journey. And I know everyone hates saying that now, but the truth is, you are on a journey from womb to tomb. And everything that takes place in between is the stuff that grows and advances your soul. So be gentle and kind enough to yourself and everyone you meet while we all figure it out together. Self love is really about caring for yourself. Self love is about celebrating yourself. It's about parenting yourself. It's about really being honest and real about where you are and where you need to improve, and then doing what you can to ensure that the pathway to that is one that's filled with moments of realization and action, but above all else, with recognition. I can tell you honestly and truthfully, over the years, I have punished myself in so many different ways. My sensitivity and my emotional EQ, like my emotional intelligence, is what's reminded me to give myself grace, to give myself pause, to give myself love. And when I do, and when I have things have gotten better and they've moved forward, Mama Ru says, right? Like, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to expect somebody else to love you? Well, I say that that bitch knows what she's talking about. All right. Like, real talk here. What wisdom to know and understand that really right now, humanity is waking up to itself, to its own bullshit, to its own shortcomings. We've got gangsters starting to think and feel with their hearts. Check out some of the people on Instagram. They would surprise you, right? Like we can see this a lot. There's a reason for that, right? It's not the brainwashing the culture and all the rest of it. It's the realization that a lot of what we experience is truly down to what we accept. So are you ready to accept and expect more from yourself? I think so. I think so. I don't want time for myself is another one of the themes that came up. As an Aquarius, I need a lot of alone time. I am a bit like that, right? I love my people. I love connection. I thrive on it. I love to interact with people, but always have been and very much, I love my own company. I need time and space to decompress. I've never been one of these people that has to have people around all the time. I'm very okay with just being on my own. Um, Not always, it's nice to be connected to people and to interact and see friends and all the rest of it, but I'm not one of those people that needs people. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I'm always a bit surprised at how little time people want to and for themselves. Whether that's because they don't think about something, they don't want to think about things, or because the quiet scares them, or they can't be alone with their own thoughts, which is a very disturbing concept to me. I'm sorry to say. Like I've always wondered about that. Is the real reason that we don't want time to ourselves, right? Like you're eating a meal and you're scrolling through your phone at the same time. What kind of presence is that for the food that's in front of you? Pay attention to what you're doing. Take more time to be present in the here and now because we're trying to outrun something. We don't feel that we deserve it. We feel like we'll be judged or, let down when we take it. I have a friend who always says, I never get excited about anything, and that way I'm never disappointed about anything that happens. Sure, Jan, is always my response. And slowly, I have brought the Tigger back out in him, right? And he needed that because that is no way to live life, right? And I get it. I mean, it's definitely a trauma response, etc. But come on, right? The point for me really energetically feels like it has a lot to do with my previous point, self-love. This is going to be a month where you can run away from it all on the forward momentum binge, right? Which we all will be. School's out for grown-ups for the world, right? And it's about to show. That's probably one of the best ways that I can put this in terms of the overall energy. Nothing wrong with charging ahead now that the energy is ripe to do so, but also consider the speed at which you're going and the self-love and care that you deserve to also take some time out to just be, to just exist without a retrograde stopping your plans or clouding your judgment or giving you a hard time. Take your time. You have time, so take it. Charge ahead, but just don't lose yourself in the rush. The world is open for business, but what business are you in? Is it one that promotes self-love, healthy, respectful boundaries for and of yourself? And the question that I want to leave you with is this. Are you taking aligned action? Take action, absolutely. The universe knows that we have earned this forward momentum that's coming. But what are you aligned to taking action on? And is that action aligned? And the one word that I want to give you this month is direction. Go where you please. Just make sure that you've got a direction and one that's going to take you to where you really want to be. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Sending you love, spelling you safe always. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.